During the 1970s, archaeologists in Inner Mongolia unearthed a very peculiar object. This cultural relic was 34 centimeters tall and had a diameter of 9 centimeters with a frame of battens covered in birch bark. Its outer layer was adorned by stamped designs in gold over a brown surface inlaid with jewels and golden decorations. The object's bottom half is cylindrical, while its upper half opens into a Y shape. What could this bizarre object possibly be? Does the object's outwards appearance not resemble an ancient Jua bronze vessel? And yet, it is made out of a very thin tree bark, with its decorative patterns leaving plenty of small holes in its walls. If we were to pour wine into it, it would surely leak from all sides. Evidently, it could not have been used as a wine vessel. Could the ancient nobles sitting in magnificent armchairs stretch out their legs onto this fantastic object? Well, it would be both extremely comfortable and stylish. However, our mysterious object is made of weak material, its frame consisting of fragile battens enforced only by the weakest layer of bark. It could certainly not support the strong legs of the nobility. No Mongol would ever leave home without his bow and arrow, and the sharp arrow points needed a strong and durable quiver to be carried around. However, one made of bark would pale in comparison with the widely used leather quivers. Furthermore, our object's bifurcation at the top would make the carrying of arrows in it rather cumbersome. It turns out that this object was a very special headdress used by the noble Mongol women of the 13th century. It is known as Gugu crown. The Gugu crown was a tall headpiece covered in a birch bark wrapped in silk, its front decorated with jewels that would come down the sides towards the ears as bells jingling with each step its wearer took. Whoever wore the Gugu crown would be spotted from afar, capturing one's attention. In ancient Mongolian, Gugu stood for married women's hat, while also serving as an onomatopoeia for the calls of geese and ducks because their feathers were often used in its decoration. More than 1,700 years ago, during the Yuan dynasty, only married women would sport the Gugu crown in order to differentiate themselves from the maidens. This would protect them from men eager to propose, who would even carry them and marry them by force. According to the custom of the time, married Mongolian noblewomen would shave the front part of their heads and then wear the Gugu crown. It was taboo for other people to touch the crown, as it was believed that this would bring misfortune upon its wearer. Since it would be impossible to perform any kind of task while wearing the Gugu crown, its use was reserved only for the nobility, while ordinary herdswomen would not wear such an elaborate ornament. With the collapse of the Yuan dynasty, the Gugu crown gradually went out of fashion. However, through this unearthed specimen, we can appreciate the beauty and exquisiteness of the ornaments used by the Mongolian nobility during the Yuan dynasty in China.